We're often asked how important are advocates to a brand or community. There's a lot of people who feel, oh, we're just going to go out and build a community and we don't really need to go through all that rigmarole of finding our advocates. They're going to find us. In reality, that's really not the truth. You need advocates because they're the real heartbeat of the community. They help mold the community, they mentor others inside the community, and they're the real creators in the community. They create the content, they create the videos, they're the people who show other people the way. Without them, you're going to have a community ghost town. Advocates, too, they're your strongest, most passionate voice of the customer. When you properly recognize them and nurture them, they extend themselves exponentially for the brand. And that's really important because, again, it's that spark of energy. It's the thing that gets other people in the community going. You need to know who your advocates are. Advocates are really hardwired to help others, very important inside of a community. They naturally reach out to their personal networks, very important for word of mouth. It's the way that communities grow organically and naturally. And they connect others to the brand in a very personal way. They think about who they're telling the brand story to, and they adapt that story to the needs of the individual or the group that they're telling their story to. And they have so much more power and credibility than the brand telling those stories themselves. So brands are missing the boat when they really don't take the time to identify and activate them. It's important to recognize, though, that your advocates are always going to be the smallest percentage of your community population. So you need to have ways to engage your full community member base. The advocates can help you with that, but don't forget that they're just the heartbeat. You have the rest of the body there.
Another question that comes up frequently with regard to communities is advocates. Who are they? How do you find them? How do you value them? And I think, again, that's the source of a tremendous amount of misperceptions that go on surrounding community. If you think about it, an advocate is someone who is simply going to engage more passionately with your brand than the average user. There could be extreme advocates who want to share and talk and be very vocal about why they like your brand, or there could be people who simply prefer it and want to be a part of it, but may be less vocal. So how do you make sure you're reaching all of them? I think one of the big mistakes that many companies make is they tie into paid panels. And when people are getting paid for their advocacy, it tends to distort the results. People will say what they think the company wants to hear versus what they truly believe. And you have to follow a person's actions. Let me give you a personal example. I am a huge fan of Amazon.com. I do not write reviews. I am not prevalent and prominent in their communities, yet I trust them. I refer to them, and I refer my friends to them. It's a perfect example of someone who is a brand advocate who may not be super high profile. So one of the tricks to building a successful community and identifying advocates is who is your range of advocates. And remember, think in terms of the entire ecosystem that you're working in. It could include your employees, it could include your distributors, it could include your dealers, retailers, whatever. All of these people will have a big role to play in a community that you build. And the advantage is they can provide a tremendous amount of factual feedback that you can then verify and act upon to drive business results.